Yo, Jay. Wait.
Hey everybody, it's Yo Jay, the show where I A your Q.
Ow.
Gross.
Ow.
This week's question comes from K Sharp Golf. Caitlin asks, Yo Jay, where do you get those massive Cannonball calves? I mean, they're like 4-liter jugs of milk hanging from your knees. They're like, it's like you're carrying around 2 small children. How do you do it? How do you do it? And I gotta say, Caitlin, there's 2 questions I get asked regularly. When I go through an airport, it's, excuse me, were you in Moneyball? You look like that guy that was acting in the movie Thelma and Louise, when he was young. Fight Club? Were you in Fight Club? And I'm like, no, I wasn't. I wasn't in any of those movies. Yeah! But I appreciate the likeliness. The second one is about the calves. The second one is always, how did you develop such amazing calves? Now, first and foremost, apply lotion. You get the good. Don't go cheap. You get the good lotion, okay? And you lather it on thick. You lather the thick lotion on there, make them sparkle. If you're gonna have nice calves, let them celebrate themselves. One touch. Okay? Secondly, don't use hip extension when running. Now, what are you talking about, Jay? No hip extension? Yeah. These calves are actually the product of a dysfunction. I lack hip extension, and I have for a long period of time. I was a sprinter. I played lacrosse, hockey, football as a running back, and all those sprinting techniques that I used, I lacked hip extension. And because of that, I had to use my calves. So the last thing to propel me through the air and get me going at high speeds, I was the fastest guy from here to there and back. You gotta use your calves. Now, most of you, good hip extension, you can use the power of the glutes. But for me, I was limited in that fashion. So I spent really 3/4 of my life running with my calves. Now, if you want to do some calf raises, you can do it till the cows come home. It's not going to make a difference though until you start limiting your hip extension. I'm joking. I wouldn't want anybody to have to go through 0 hip extension. You really want to utilize the glutes when you're running, when you're jumping. You do. That's why you want to do all the deadlifts. That's why you want to do those kettlebell swings. All those glute dominant exercises are fantastic. For me, I have to loosen up the front side of my hip, really release the psoas, and really engage the glutes. So release the front side, strengthen the back side, and then what I find is the calves don't have to do quite the same amount of work. But the work that I put into these bad boys over 30 years, it's still there for you. So, Caitlin, I hope that answers your question. And if you want to send in your question to the coach, just put hashtag YoJ in your tweets, Instagrams, hey, you know what? Send me on Facebook. Send me an email. Send me an email. Send me an email right now. Do it right now. Send me a question and I will answer it for you. Caitlin, thank you so much for a fantastic question. I'm going to be sending you a signed autographed picture of the coach's calves glistening in all their glory. Until next time, everybody, Yo Jay!
Logos only, logos only.
Yo, Jay!
Logos only,
Yo, Jay!
logos only,
Yo, Jay!
logos only,
Yo, Jay!
logos